Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I'm your host, and today we're going to crack open your next English lesson so you can walk into class feeling totally prepared. Our topic? Pet peeves. You know, all those little things that drive us just a little bit crazy.
So, let's just dive right in, shall we? I want you to imagine something. Picture someone next to you, loudly slurping their soup, or maybe chewing with their mouth wide open. Does that kind of thing just get under your skin? I have a feeling for a lot of you the answer is a big yes.
Or what about this one? This is a classic. You're trying to study, or maybe just relax, and all you can hear is that thump, thump, thump of the bass coming through the wall. It is so annoying. Well, that exact feeling of frustration, that's what this explainer is all about.
Okay, so let's officially get into it. We are talking about annoyances. And more importantly, we're going to learn the right words and the right grammar to complain about them. You know, perfectly in English.
You know, there's a perfect phrase for this in English. It's called a pet peeve. Now, a pet peeve isn't some huge, major problem like losing your job or something. Nope, it's that small, specific little thing that just personally drives you nuts. Like when someone takes up 2 parking spaces with 1 car. That is a classic pet peeve.
All right, so if you're going to complain, you need the right words, right? Let's start with some essentials. Words like annoy, bother, and upset. These are great. But for when you're really feeling it, you can level up to phrases like can't stand or even the word hate. These are going to be the key words you'll be using. Okay, so we've got the words. Now what? Well, let's look at the grammar you need to build the perfect sentence for complaining. So the big question is, how do you take all these words and feelings and actually turn them into a full sentence that sounds natural? Let's break down 2 really important structures you can use.
All right, structure number 1. This one is super useful. Just follow these 4 easy steps. You start with I, then you add your feeling, like I hate it, then comes the connector word, when, and finally you just describe the annoying situation. So altogether, I hate it when a friend is unreliable. See? Super simple.
Okay, on to our second structure. This one is just as powerful, but we're going to flip things around a bit. You start with the word it. Then you add the feeling, like bothers me. Add that same connecting word, when, and then describe what's happening. The result? It bothers me when my doctor is late for an appointment.
Okay, so let's put these 2 side by side so you can really see the difference. When you start with I, you're really emphasizing your personal feeling, like in, I can't stand it when. But when you start with it, you're making the situation the main focus, like in, it bothers me when. Both are great, both are correct, and both are perfect for complaining effectively.
So you might be thinking, okay, I get it, but how am I going to practice all this? Well, let's take a sneak peek at what you're going to be doing in class.
First up, you're going to take a fun little something called the Common Complaints Quiz. And don't worry, this is not for a grade. It's just a fun way to get you thinking about what really annoys you.
For example, picture this. You're in that dark movie theater, totally focused on the screen, and then bam! Somebody's phone rings loudly. How do you feel? Do you hate it, or does it just bother you a little? You'll get to think about it.
Or how about this one? An unreliable friend. That's someone who always says they'll do something, but, well, they just don't follow through. Does that kind of thing upset you? The quiz is going to be full of relatable situations just like this.
Oh, and this one. This is a classic. You're already upset about something, and someone looks right at you and says, just calm down. Ugh. For a lot of people, that's like the ultimate pet peeve. Does it bother you? You're going to get to share your real opinion in class.
So after the quiz, you'll have a really good idea of what your biggest pet peeves are.
And that's when you're going to get into small groups to share them with your classmates.
All right, here's your group mission, and it's pretty straightforward. First, everyone shares their top 3 pet peeves. Make sure you use those new grammar structures we just learned. Then, you'll listen to each other and try to find one annoyance that everybody in the group agrees on. And of course, the most important rule, have fun.
Okay, you've got the vocabulary, you've got the grammar, you are so ready for this.
No, I'm serious. You are absolutely ready.
You've got the words, you understand the grammar, and you even know what the in-class activities are going to be. You are completely prepared to walk into that classroom and confidently share your opinions.
Which brings us to one last very important question. What is your biggest pet peeve? Give it some thought, because now you have the perfect English tools to talk all about it. Walk into that class ready to share. That's all for this explainer. I'm your host. Now, go get ready to participate.